So Ben, one of my longest, from customer to now employee, he is always listening to it's always such angry music in there. But happy Tuesday. It's near the end of the day actually. It's past 10 o'clock. So it's a lot later than I wanted to get started on, but it's the end of board game night. They're on their way out. We finally got our leftover product from our Seattle store, our former Seattle store now. Hints of it over there. There's some of the they were selling some 18 plus stuff that we obviously cannot put on display. So there's stuff over there. They sent back the Lego Star Destroyer that they never got around to build. So I mean, it actually kind of works out for me because now I get to build it, so it's all right. But I'm actually about to finally. I told chat I was going to start this much earlier, but to be honest, I've just been dealing with things today. But we are finally going to get started stream tonight. I got it fully laid out, ready to go. So hopefully Tuesday night stream is off to a good start. So if you were there, if you're watching this video, please comment. It's just literally a situation that never ends. It's been it's a Thursday. It's technically Thursday right now, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. 3 hours later than I was supposed to record my podcast, which I haven't done so yet because we were dealing with an issue today. Without giving too much info, basically what happened was my insurance provider failed to tell me that they canceled my one policy. That's very crucial for the state's labor department. And we got a letter from the state's labor department saying that because we failed to comply and reply, we got slapped with a $6,000 fine. It was like, what in the world? So I called them. I called the insurance company. I just pretty much spent the last 3 hours figuring out what the heck happened. And to be honest, I'm going to admit it. It is my fault. I'm going to take full blame on this one because with everything that was going on, this ended up being a lower priority than I should have made it. But I also did, because of the chaos that was going on, for the year-end stuff especially, there was a lot of confusion going on my end as well too. So I'm not going to excuse my behavior and what happened. This is my fault, and I got to deal with the repercussions. I got to go through the appeal process and just beg. But I'm going to do my best to hopefully win kindness and see if the judge can. So they told me, yeah, there's a judge that takes care of all of these situations. So I gotta submit an appeal, submit the documents that I need, and then just explain to the judge in their situation. So when I called the lady, I did first things first. I didn't yell at them. I'm pretty sure they get a lot of angry calls about this, but hey, this is simply it's not your fault for my neglect. So there's no point in killing the messenger. So, and then she was being very informative. She was like, yeah, honestly, if you're straightforward about it, the judge is actually really nice and he will work with you on it. We won't necessarily waive the fee, but we will work with you on payment. I'm like, that's all I ask for. And so for me, what happened here was I found out. So I thought my insurance company canceled my policy based on the communications recently. And I thought, I was like, oh, wait, let me get this situation to take care of. But back in July, they actually canceled it back in June, which I did not know. I thought I was still paying for it. And I went through an audit process with the insurance company back in, from July and August. So knowing that we were still going through the audit process, we're like, hey, we probably still have coverage. And I didn't hear anything. And I got that letter from the state initially, and they're like, hey, I gotta get this taken care of. I'm like, wait a second, what's going on? So I contacted my insurance provider. It's like, yeah, your audit's still being looked at and everything's being covered and stuff. So you should be okay since it's being still reviewed. I didn't at that point confirm with them that I still had an active policy. That's my fault. Because in the original letter looking back, they're like, hey, you're supposed to send us an updated certificate showing that you are still covered. And I did not do that. And so for not providing that information, got slapped with another major fine. And so it's just been a major lesson learned in terms of just comply with all your audits and any documents from the state to go after and stuff. And I mean, this is where compartmentalization is very important to do, because when you're dealing with the amount of stuff that I'm dealing with, yes, things will fall through the cracks. And even though this is a priority, you also have 10 million other things that are a priority to you. And so, this is a major L. But thankfully, I'm not gonna lie, it's after my conversations, I'm feeling better. Because it was she wasn't the state worker wasn't dismissive. She was actually very sympathetic, understanding. She's like, just explain your situation. The judge is actually really nice. I was like, okay, that sounds good. I spoke with my other insurance company, then signed up with a different insurance company because I felt wronged by this specific one. So, but we got a new policy up and ready. We got the proof. They're working on the proof of the certificate for me to send to the state with my appeal and everything. And now I got to write out this long appeal letter so that the judge would be willing to review it, hear me out, and then give me a date to go ahead and explain my situation to him in person. And then we'll take it from there. And ultimately, she was telling me, like, we'll work with you, as long as you're communicating with us, just like our issue with the sales tax issue. They just want communication, and then obviously good faith, in terms of working it out with them. So that's what we've been good with all the companies that we would work with and all our debtors and creditors. So we're just like, we're working through it. We are working through it. I want to find a solution, but this is just another prime example of, like, I came in today early, ready to do the podcast, to finish ordering, finish processing the lifetime membership orders, and to get online orders taken care of and to stream. And then I also had other meetings to do. Now I'm finally getting started, but I had to deal with that. That was a major thing that I had to take care of. And it's just it's a wonderful start to the new year for sure. But rest of tomorrow, you guys will see. We'll see what we do. I'll see if I shoot anything later today. I also need to go to pick up the truck tomorrow for the con, and we're gonna be packing this weekend. And tomorrow I gotta get my mom's car inspected too. So there's that. It just never ends. Happy Friday, guys. I just ended a very long 5-hour stream that went as well as I thought it could go, between what we sold online, the workout that I got in, the conversations we also had, also friends stopping by. Got raided by Julia. Yoshi stopped by for a little bit. It was actually great just seeing kind of everyone coming in and hanging out. It is well beyond. It is almost 40 minutes since we closed, and we still have stragglers. I'm just kidding. We're usually good about it. We have a lot of late night customers that usually stop by, but we had a packed house tonight. That aside, probably tomorrow I can only do maybe like a 2-hour stream because we're crunch time, because we're leaving for MegaCon in 2 days. So now we have 2 days to get ready, and so tomorrow I need to make sure that the truck is at least not fully packed, but like everything from the storage unit that we need to take to the con is in the truck tomorrow, which I might need him in the afternoon to help me push, like, some things on too and stuff. But if I can at least get the truck packed tomorrow during the day in the afternoon, and then I come back in the evening to then pack orders, do the stream for a few hours, and Sunday it's just organizing the truck and then continue packing orders. Yeah, I'm just realizing he's resetting the chairs because our players love to shuffle our chairs around. So this is why I need to get a Roomba. This is why I want to get the robot army assembled. If I get Roombas, and like, to be honest, 4 or 5 Roombas can take care of this entire building. 7 Roombas can take care of this building. With the salt during winter. So it's the next day, and it's 4:20 in the afternoon. I'm at the storage unit. It's the truck completely filled. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Oh no, I haven't even gotten started yet. I wonder why. You're like, oh no, Andrew, what happened this time? Well, this time, it's a little bit of everyone's fault. So we are not able to get into our storage unit right now because originally I lost the first set of keys. It's somewhere, for some reason, the keys got misplaced. But we had our secondary pair at least. And that's been going around between the store and us and everything. And the last time I gave it back to the store because I told them, like, hey, I can't trust myself. I know I'm going to lose these keys. Take it back. And now no one can find them. And so throughout today, obviously I had a little bit of a late start. I woke up around 10 o'clock today. I was up till 5:30 last night, between the stream and then trying to get other work done. And so here we are. And I spent the better part of the afternoon trying to find these keys. No luck. Try to call a locksmith, and to be honest, the price quotes that I got were ridiculous. And so I was just like, all right, like, no, it's not that it's ridiculous. I understood, but I couldn't afford it. And so I was like, oh, crap, what do I do here? And so I'm not going to disclose how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to try to open up these locks here, but they're not going to be usable again. So I ended up picking up some new locks to replace them with. So I'm already burning sunlight. I wanted to do this during the daytime where, I could see everything. And so now I'm going to be doing this in the dark. I have some lamps inside. I brought some headlamps from home, but hopefully this doesn't take me more than the hour before the sun sets here, so I can get this open at least. But so sorry about the video quality. The selfie cam on my phone sucks, but we got lights. I got help. We were able to find coverage at the store so Darius could come help me tonight. But yes, as you can see, I got the doors open. It took me about, it's 6:08. It took me about an hour to get these open, and while I was waiting for him, I edited a video, uploaded that, and now we're packing. My original plan of trying to pack everything here tonight, not gonna happen. We're gonna get a lot of the big stuff out of the way so that I can come back tomorrow and pack. At the end of the day, I'm starting to adapt Andrew time more and more. So I say a goal date, but I'll put in a day or two buffer. Try to make that happen. But yeah, we're gonna go at this for a few hours, get what we can get done. Okay, it may not look like much, but we packed a whole bunch of stuff there. So there's about 2.5 crates worth of stuff that we packed into all those boxes. Some mystery boxes, but we're stopping here. It is currently 8:13, so an hour earlier than we expected. Number one, it's really cold. I'm under the street light because it's the only source of light here. We're taking down all our lights right now. Thank you to my wife that got us these headlamps and stuff. But what we decided to do was to stop here because, to be honest, there's some stuff at the store that'll fit better in the truck right now. So to save us from packing and unnecessarily unpacking to repack, stuff that he needs to get done right now, there's stuff that I need to get done right now, that, to be honest, is a good stopping point. We can go ahead and get pretty much our tasks done tonight so that tomorrow we can meet up a bit early, finish up, so we can actually pack up maybe the store stuffs tonight, and tomorrow we finish up, and we'll see what we can do tomorrow and stuff. But it is 4:39 a.m. in the morning right now. I'm still streaming. I'm processing orders right now. With chat kind of going down memory lane a little bit here, watching some of my old vlogs and stuff. And the funny thing is, listening to myself from 6 years ago, 4 years ago, 7 years ago, nothing has changed. TikTok, YouTube, whatever, all this, nothing has changed. Whether you look at that as a good thing or a bad thing, who I am, how I work, my work ethic, my feeling towards the community, nothing has changed. It's kind of insane right now. Like, we're just kind of listening to me speak right now, and you could literally just put it to today's date and it sounds verbatim. Sorry, I thought I'd just add that into the vlog because just like I did in this video, I'm restarting the vlogs again. So we'll just see how this goes. All right, it's 2 o'clock the next day. I was indeed up all night. I took maybe like an hour and a half power nap, but sort of cleared up my area, got all the lifetime members done, including the extra, the people who invested, got the additional lifetime memberships. They got complete as well too. Finished what I could of the large orders. I still have a good handful of the mystery box orders left, but everyone thankfully last night said that they could wait until I get back from MegaCon. So I pretty much cleared out this space here so that they can ship it on Monday. So they're good to go. I've also been catching up on editing. There are some videos that I will not be able to touch while I'm away. So I am quickly, just posted one. I'm quickly using a new editing tool for the next part here. So we'll see how this one does here. But while that renders, it's using AI-based text editing and stuff. But how are we on the truck packing? Well, let me show you our progress, our amazing progress. It's about the same. I just put in about 40 boxes right now. I'm in the middle of now moving the mystery boxes in right now. Because once again, our biggest thing last night was we wanted to fill the nook and crannies in the back area with the mystery boxes, because with the smaller truck like this, we have a very finite amount of space, so we definitely want to be careful. So I gotta fit all these mystery boxes in. Now, we're not taking all of it because if we took all of it, we would have none for the website, none for the store. And they've been selling pretty steadily in the stores. So we're probably going to be taking, I think, maybe 200 or so, I believe. Oh, there they are. What we're going to do is then we have to start taking down some of the fixtures and backdrops that we have in the store. It is currently raining right now, which sucks. It's going to be raining all day today. So it's going to be a very wet day. But also start packing the excess stashes that we have. So the excess product that we are looking to go ahead and sell during MegaCon, get it all packed, the register systems, anything that we may forget, pack it up tonight. And then that way, like tomorrow, if I forgot anything, we can always come back and grab it later. But so it's 11 o'clock the next day. I'm still at home. We were supposed to be on the road 2 hours ago. It's, it wouldn't be a convention week if there wasn't issues. But no, between setbacks just from work related, store related stuff, and then also our storage unit being closed last night, we weren't able to finish packing up the truck. That would have been normally fine because we're like, all right, we'll just go ahead and get a good night's rest and meet up in the morning. Without going too much into detail, I dealt with a lot of accounting issues this morning. That took about 2 hours of my time this morning. And so because right now I have to write a letter to the State Department for something that I'm dealing with right now, and a couple emails that I could do on the road later when it's Darius' turn to drive. But right now I am heavily behind. But instead of rushing through, we actually already planned for this as a fail-safe for Andrew time. We already agreed. We're like, hey, if we're gonna leave after. At this point, we're probably not going to hit the road until like 2-3 o'clock at the latest. But what that just means is we're going to be taking a longer route instead of going through. We're near Philadelphia, instead of going through Baltimore and Washington D.C. to hit I-95. We're going to go around the long way through Central Maryland to Central Virginia, and then we'll hook up with I-95 later. Because like right now, it's probably an hour and a half more of a drive, but due to DC traffic, it actually evens out, and it's actually more gas efficient that way instead of going through stop and go. Plus, it's free because we're taking the non-toll roads and bridges and tunnel fees and stuff. So that's what we're going to be doing here. But it's going to be a tumultuous day. Both. Let me get this done, and then we'll hook up with Darius and see what we can get packed and just hit the road. Because we also got to stop by the bank to get our petty cash for it's just so much to do today. I wanted this show to be as stress-free as possible. I just got back to the store to pick up the last minute things like our office supplies, like the toolbox there, the stickers, and a couple other like little knickknacks that we have sitting around that we said we would kind of pick up today. Because the thing is, now that we know distinctly how much space we have in the truck, we'll go ahead and now fill the rest of the gaps there. So the truck is going to be packed to the max, but that with the obvious goal of when we come back, it's all taken care of. So that's kind of what we're hoping. It ain't pretty, but it's done.
This man's always trying to kill me with the truck.
It is to the max right now. We got this. The most important thing, it closes and it locks, so we're good. And it's 3:52, so right at the 4 o'clock mark, my extended time that I say we leave by. So we're getting there. We're definitely way over time, but at this rate, if we went non-stop theoretically, we would be getting there around 7-8 a.m. in the morning. But with some stops and breaks, the goal will be to try to get there by honestly 12 o'clock lunchtime, noon the next day. So just so you guys can see our driving arrangements, we have our personal effects here. We got portable batteries just in case. Drinks are ready to go. GPS mount here, and then for the person sitting here, we'll have our own little entertainment. We got pillows. Obviously, he actually just went back to his truck to go get pillows. But okay, before we even departed, we went from 15 and a half hours to 17 hours because
it's only a flood warning.
It's a flood warning, but no, it's because in about 2.5 hours we're gonna hit.
Seatbelt on.
We're gonna hit. I put my seatbelt. We're gonna be hitting Baltimore and Washington D.C. at peak rush hour.
I gotta grab one.
Rush hour. So that's naturally going to add. So the route that we're taking right now, instead of going down I-95, it's actually going towards Harrisburg and down the other main highway that will swing us through. It's like a wire turn. Now, right now it says an hour and 10 minutes more, but with rush hour in those two cities, it ends up being about the same amount of time that we're going to lose and gain. So this is why we wanted to leave earlier, but it's okay. We'll make do here. Now it has us getting there by 9 a.m. tomorrow, but that leaves us then 3 hours of gas time and food. So we'll see if that works. What's that? What's that? Oh, your temporary license. You're definitely gonna need that.
Just God forbid.
Yeah.
God forbid.
All right. I swear, every convention, there's always something that happens. And this one was like a series of events that kind of led to us leaving late. And by the way, it's like 3:30 in the morning. It's 4 a.m. in the morning. It is now well more than 12 hours since we drove. And so I was sleeping. It was his turn to drive, pulling into a Buc-ee's. I was actually going to make a video about how big this gas station is and stuff. But no, this video is going to be focusing on he hit a curve and he blew out the outer tire, like completely blew it out. And so
Well, great.
thankfully we're like not on the side of the road. We are here. And so like it's also late enough that no one's like, we're not bothering anyone. So I've been on the phone with roadside assistance for 30 minutes now with Penske, and they're sending someone. They said 2 hours, but even she was like, that's just the estimated time. They should be there sooner than that. But
At least we can get some beaver chips.
to be honest, like it's not okay. Like both of us could rest for a little bit, at least. Get something to eat, and then we'll get going. At the end of the day, like we were actually pacing to be there by like 10, 11 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, we will.
But the thing is, I was like, hey, if we can get there by 2 o'clock in the afternoon, that's why it's already kind of built in a 2-3 hour buffer. So road trip conventions, yay. So it's almost 7 o'clock now. So to be honest, 3.5 hours later, sun's starting to come up, tires fixed. We're about to hit the road. So he finally, the gentleman came back. I'll probably post the TikTok version of it for you guys. But at this point, no more Waffle House. So thankfully, he already grabbed his breakfast, and then I had a brisket sandwich earlier. So we're just now going to have to drive through it because we need to get there by 2 o'clock. And at this point, with traffic, GPS will probably get us there around 2:30. So we'll see if we can make it with another gas stop in between. So here we go. So I don't know how many times I've shot this because I had to do a review video, and I also shot a TikTok, and now I'm in the actual hotel room. So we've actually, I didn't get to shoot much content earlier because we were rushing to load in because we were on a very strict crunch time, and we barely just made it, but we got all our stuff unloaded, thankfully. So that was great. Got to the hotel room, and our friends over at Rosin really hooked us up apparently, because when I checked in, there was 2 room numbers on here. And I was very confused because we paid for 1 room, and I was like, why is there 2 rooms? And she was like, don't worry about it. I'm like, why wouldn't I worry about it? And Derry starts smiling. So we get to the room, and I'm going to do another review of it later, but absolutely gorgeous room. Absolutely gorgeous bed. I already did the jump test and pass out. Like, it's perfect. Absolutely love it. Bathroom's immaculate. Your standard or fare. Like, very good hotel. Great view too, by the way. Absolutely great view. Overcast to the pool. But then there's this door. And I'm like, oh, did they just give us an extra queen room? No. There's an extra queen bed, but then there's this entire like presidential suite, like bar lounge area over here. It's just the 2 of us. And now I'm like, do I need to cancel the other room because we have an extra bed? And pretty much like all our guests that we're bringing in can just stay with us here. And so I'm just like, good things don't usually happen to us. And after we start off with some bad karma with him losing the tire, not only did we actually get in, we got in line, we got unloaded, we got here. And actually now we're about to go eat dinner, and I have to go do my 300-foot swing, which you guys will see later in this video here. But just you guys will see I'm not gonna be shooting a YouTube version of the video, but I'll be shooting a couple like shout out videos for Rosin, the Rosin Center, on the TikTok and Instagram, and probably YouTube shorts for you guys. But this is absolutely over and beyond what they needed to do. And so welcome to the morning after. Today is Wednesday technically, so I gotta edit. We obviously got in last night. You guys will see all the kerfufflery that we did yesterday and stuff, but we had some issues, a little bit of a late start. It's 8:40, but we're here now. Some issues with the marshalling yard and the load-in with our other partner brands getting their stuff in right now. So we'll see how it's being taken care of, they said. So we'll see how it goes. But now we're in build mode. So we're gonna go out and figure out the layout here. And one blessing that the other guys aren't here is we'll get the layout going and just start building. And I think our goal today is try to get done before the early evening so we can, be human beings later and get a good night's rest for the long day that's gonna be tomorrow. The extremely long day that's gonna be tomorrow, because tomorrow's show goes till 9 o'clock. Yeah, but not much to really discuss here. Everyone else is in the same boat. A lot of people are setting up right now, so welcome to the con grind. So hey guys, sorry that I haven't really shot too much content for the vlog. I might just fit in some stuff that I shot vertically. the story post. But it's been a frantic last few days trying to get set up, dealing with some other. I'll recap later some of the issues. So this is gonna be quick here because I still got to finish setting up the swords. Still got the top layer to do. Darius is pretty much almost done the center display here. We're still working on it. I still have to organize 2 more boxes worth of stuff, and then also get it labeled and get the register set up too. So, but it's home stretch. Show starts in less than 15 minutes, but that's for the VIPs. So last year that wasn't that many, but I'd rather be surprised than not. And then we have, and then the official show starts at 4. So we had to go until 9 o'clock today. So 7 hours. We'll tune back in how it goes. But throughout the day, I'm going to be constantly just working on this to get it done, so that we're at least ready for the weekend and stuff. But here we go. Day 2 of MegaCon. We have begun. I still have a lot to set up, so this is going to be a little bit quickie here. But we are hoping today I'll get the last little bit things done. We'll get some labels up and going, and then hopefully today will be a little bit more smooth than yesterday. Especially since this is going to be the main re-entry point for a lot of people. So a lot of the 4-day badges that picked up yesterday, they should be coming through here. To be honest, yesterday was like a general nice flow, but overall it felt like everyone was just kind of like, what is it, gauging their bearings?
Yes.
Also today, yeah, and the biggest thing is a lot of people were like, oh yeah, paychecks tomorrow. I was like, oh, that makes sense. So we'll see how today goes and stuff, but sorry for my hair this morning, but I was running late. But thankfully, next to my Planet Fitness, or one of the Planet Fitness near me, there is a place called 9 Round Kickboxing. This is my first session with that. It's the opening kind of like introductory session. Why am I here? Well, I didn't record this session, but I pretty much was told by Julia and Loy that I need to prepare my body to be hit several times. So if I'm going to be doing kickboxing with them, I need to at least get my body prepared. Hopefully, like, I don't have to search too far. Like, this place is what I need to get done, and we're gonna find out. So I'll see you guys right afterwards. It's after the workout. I just dropped off food to my mom, and it's a quick recap of that workout. Very much needed, and it actually works perfectly within my schedule. It's more circuit training, high intensity circuit training, which the lady there promised to ramp up as I condition better and stuff too. The only problem I have is the financial portion of it, which, to be honest, just being more than fair. So I'm not arguing against that either, but it's just like, all right, how do I justify this financially in order to get this done so that I'm in good shape for my fight with Lloyd and Julia there. And to be honest, it's not just the fight that I have that's coming up, but it's just in general, I need this for my health. It's something that I'm recognizing that as I'm getting older, it takes more. It's not just much. It takes more effort to maintain a good shape, but you have to do it in such limited time. You know, and not to compare apples to apples, because other people have different works that get, like, as you grow older, as you go further into your career and you diversify your portfolio and stuff, you get busier and busier, so you get less time to, to fit, just working out in. In my case, with the content creation, the streaming, the business, everything else involving around the business between investors and, the accounting side of it, and then being a dad and a husband at the same time, trying to fit in working out in between, it's like, it almost feels near impossible, but it's not. You just you gotta accommodate your schedule and pretty much make do with what you have. And I think this is great. I mean, to be honest, it's not, for what it is, it's not bad for the convenience level of it, because it's a constant 30-minute circuit that you just can go into at any given time throughout the times that they're open. So it kind of works out. But I am thoroughly exhausted. The fact that I just did this, and yesterday, depending on how I edit this video, you guys will know that I did at least like 60% of my workout for my workout bet from the sales made during MegaCon. So I did 120 burpees and all the other workouts last night, and so I'm still sore from that, but it's good because you got to keep your body in a state of, like, you got to keep it going. Otherwise you'll deal with those painful days, which I feel like it's coming, because tomorrow's my rest day. So Monday's gonna suck, but either way we'll get through it. Yeah. Just wanted to show proof, guys, that I do things outside of the store. We're both actually not feeling too well today, but we had to rush in a grocery trip here because with me being gone for those 10 weeks, not 10 days for MegaCon, our fridge is legitimately empty, and the closest Asian market is about an hour away from our house. So it's Monday morning here, so like we had to like, after we dropped off both the boys at school, we rushed down here to get the shopping done. It's also my mother's birthday tomorrow, so we picked up her birthday cake, and then gonna get the groceries done, and then rush back to pick up my youngest because Daniel is a half day while my oldest June is a full day. So we should be good. I think timing wise we'll be able to make it, but it's always a gamble with us trying to do Asian groceries in the middle of the week. Costco and Giant, that's easy to do, but yeah, but it's quality time. Now some of you may wonder, why doesn't she just come by herself? She is more than capable of doing so. No, it's not a problem. No, these are one of the times where like it's her and I get to spend time together and stuff. Some people may see it as like we rarely get these moments just to be ourselves, us two. Honestly, it's kind of nice when it's just us two shopping and stuff. Oh, they got new kimchi. They're new packaging. Yo, you guys need to recognize like kimchi. Like when we were younger, it was just glass jars and like that's it. There wasn't like no fancy labels or anything. Now they're like fancy packages and stuff. Look at this. What is, they're stepping it up. Happy Monday. So this is technically end of week 2 or 3 after the last vlog here. It's been about 2 weeks to wrap everything up. So I actually just wrapped up the stream that I was doing because I literally self-reminded myself. I was like, oh crap, I have to wrap up the vlog. Otherwise I'm going to forget again. And so I kind of wanted to just like, you guys kind of saw what happened. If you guys have been watching the TikTok videos, you guys have been seeing kind of the progression of things. And even tonight, the chaotic mess that is the store display that I've been working on, I'm going to continue working on it tomorrow. So I'm just going to be kind of tucking things away so I can address it tomorrow instead and to get home because it's really late right now. And I do need to take my son to school tomorrow. So after I edit this video, upload it for you guys, I'm going to clean up. I got some budgetary work to do, then head home, get a few hours of sleep, and then go take my son to school. Because my wife is sick right now, so I got to take care of that. But ultimately, wrapping up pretty much how MegaCon went. And ultimately, it didn't do as well as we had hoped, which is one of the downsides and stuff. There's a lot of things that, I'll put it this way, I want to formalize my thoughts. I've been thinking about it for this past week, everything from the economy, the situation, our booth layout, what we had, the spacing, and so there's a lot of factors that played into it. But ultimately, I can't use those as excuses. Are they valid excuses and actually worth talking about? Yes, they are. But I can't be using that as a crutch because ultimately, business, it's like, I can have all the excuses in the world, but if you want to continue your business, you got to look ahead and look forward, and that's what we are doing right now. Now, did it do absolute like the worst? Like no, like we were able to make enough to take care of certain things and other obligations, but unfortunately, it wasn't enough to take care of all of them as we had hoped, or at least the amount that we had hoped for and stuff. But from it, we still got to continue building our relationships with some of the other companies and individuals. Our partnership with our one other vendor friend has now yielded a proper display that I'm working on right now for an in-store presence and online, including new techniques for content creation and unboxings and so forth. There's a lot of things a lot of good things came out of this trip that is keeping me from being like, panic mode. But, we're just going to keep on moving forward with this and stuff. And to be honest, throughout this week, I will go ahead and probably this upcoming vlog and week, kind of go over the things that we learned and things that we're changing. But one of the biggest things this week for me is going to be finalizing my year-end presentation for my investors and getting those out. And then I also need to get in touch with the tax accountants to begin the process. We've already started the process, but to start finalizing the process because corporate taxes are due in March. So I have less than a month now to get all that taken care of. So the sooner the better that I get that done. So we're going to move forward on that one there. And there's just a lot to do. And I'm tired. I am exhausted. I barely got sleep. I barely got any sleep the other night. But there's no rest for the weary. When you're doing business, yes, there's always tomorrow. Yes, there's always the next day. But if you not doing it, if me not completing this now sets us back, then I can't afford to not do it now. So that means I gotta push forward. But at the same time, you have to balance your health. I have to balance my family time and so forth. So it's always a delicate balancing act. But that's just the nature of small business ownership. You're having to balance everything, and that's fine. It's just the nature of it. So for those of you who are investors or lifetime members, you guys are going to be receiving the year-end update video, which I just mentioned earlier, and you guys are going to be getting a different tone. What I mean by that is, that video I'm going to be able to collect my thoughts, which I'm currently gathering right now, but also I will be able to freely talk to you guys about what we have planned for the future and the rest of this year, which I am excited for. But just right now, I have other pressing matters I got to take care of before I can look. Like, before I look down there, I got to take care of what's here first. And that's fine, because I'm looking forward to what's down that way. Just going to take it from there. But I'm sorry that this particular vlog probably went longer than expected, but also it's less substance. So for 2.5 weeks worth of content or so, honestly, I didn't really get to shoot much because of all the chaos that happened during MegaCon, during, after, and when I got back, the chaos that I came home to and everything. But obviously we're back. There's no more shows for a few months here. We're gonna gather ourselves and we're gonna be back to our kind of like normal schedule. Well, as normal as it can be pretty soon here. So I'll see you guys next week.